So here we are behind the scenes at the Porsche Club Great Britain Christmas event. So we got here nice and early, which is just as well really, because not only are we watching the setup and seeing everybody turn up, which is quite fascinating, but we get to see up close stuff like this. Wow. A proper, we think, genuine 2.7 RS, a GT3 996 RS, a 992 Turbo S, and mine, I'm very delighted and proud to say, 964 Turbo. So one of the only places, really, particularly this time of year, that you're going to see a collection of turbos together. And by the looks of it, and I haven't been inside yet, it looks like Porsche Club are putting together a collection of GT and RS cars. What an amazing event. Brilliant. So almost a Christmas present in itself. Anyway, we're going in a second. So, of all the cars here, and there's a lot, this to me is one of the most interesting and, indeed, as we're talking about economics, being Porsche economics, one of the most valuable. So this is a mint 911S from 1972. 1972 being the only year they did this. Now, that is not a petrol cap, it's an oil cap. This is a 911S oil clapper. So for 1 year, they put the oil filler on the quarter panel and then stopped. And the reason they stopped is because people were putting petrol into the oil filler. I kid you not. Anyway, look at this. An immaculate, I don't know what the colour is, tangerine-ish 911S right-hand drive, 1972 oil clapper. I think this is one of the best cars here. This is what, 180? Maybe 200 grand, given its condition. It is absolutely beautiful. Not to take anything away from the Rennsport, the RS, the Roof, the Boxsters, the Le Mans cars, the Brabus. Have you seen this thing here? Look at this thing. 800 brake horsepower, Brabus tuned and modified 911 turbo. 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds, top speed of a mere 211 miles per hour. Ooh. So yes, if you had to have one car in here, I don't know what you would do. You couldn't choose one, frankly. I mean, have a look around. Dakar, 997 4-litre RS, 968 Club Sport, 997 GT3 RS, a whole bunch of turbos, as we've talked about on another video, from 992, 964, 997, 991, 993, 3.3 930 LE turbo, and of course the 3-litre 1975 turbo that we talked about in a different video. This is an incredible array of cars. Very impressive. And yes, well done, and thank you to Porsche Club Great Britain for putting this on. And there's also, if Tom pivots round, a stage here with some seats on it. This is going to be adorned later by the likes of Richard Atwood, who used to race and win Le Mans in Porsches back in the 1960s, 70s. So that will be a very interesting chat as well. So yeah, what an event, what a venue here in Warwick. Really looking forward to how the day unfolds, and not just the cars, but the people, because as you can see already from our chat with Andy with the 3-litre turbo, some very interesting people and some very interesting stories here within the Porsche culture. You've got to love it. It's brilliant, isn't it? Okay, so here we are in the middle of the Porsche Club Great Britain Christmas extravaganza, and this guy here is the boss man of Porsche Club Great Britain, Nick Taylor. Nick, welcome. Well, rather you should be welcoming me, I suppose.
Thank you, Russell.
So this is amazing. So how many cars are here at this on display?
We've got about 50 display cars. I think a few didn't turn up today because of the weather. The ones that were going to drive here, I don't blame them at all because they got a bit salty, but we've got 50.
Yeah. Although you say that, we've got some very interesting old cars here that have braved the weather, so it's been a bit cold, a bit wet. but the fact that we've got some really old stuff like 930 turbos and a 1972 911E behind me, the fact that some people have actually driven here, I think is testimony to what's the saying in the Porsche culture: driven, not hidden. Driven, not hidden.
Absolutely.
So 50 cars, really, I mean, everything pretty much from the kind of beginning of Porsche all the way up to 2023, a 992 turbo over there, and of course, which I guess is appropriate given that it's the 75th year of Porsche, of course.
Absolutely. So we've got everything from a 356 all the way up to the latest Dakar 992 turbos and some sport classics. We've got 3 sport classics here, which is wonderful. We've also got every turbo chronologically from one of the very earliest.
Just behind you here.
75, your 964, 993, all the way up to the latest. So really pleased about that.
And I've got to say, this behind you as well. Now, to me, we were just debating this off camera as to whether this is kind of iconic for everybody that likes and loves Porsche. A 1973 2.7 RS, worth what, I don't know, £400,000 to £500,000. This car behind us here. To me, it's an icon. To you?
It's an icon because you and I are the same age, and I think it's an icon to everybody.
But I think even to younger Porsche fans, I think
it's an icon, but not necessarily their favourite Porsche. If you were to ask me, what's your favourite Porsche here, or which one would you have?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, it'd be the 962 with Rothmans on it.
The race car, the race car.
But actually, that one is just as is it for a road car? That's it. Yeah.
So look, big event, which obviously you guys put on. You put on last year. A little bit of criticism last year. It was a very cold event. This year isn't, even though it's cold outside. Yeah. So you fixed that. It's indoors. It's warmer. How do you feel about the venue? You happy?
I'm very happy with the venue. It's smaller than last year. We sold less tickets. We were deliberately going to sell less tickets. We sold about 4,000 tickets last year, but it was darn cold. This place's capacity is 3,000. We were hoping for between 2 to 2.5. Not sure what how many will be here today.
Well, I have to say, I have to say, since 10 o'clock, so the doors open and there was literally a queue of people to come in. They're still coming in now, and I'm sure Tom will pan the camera around so we can see. I mean, it's full, right? It's a very, very, very busy venue.
Intimate atmosphere. It's not too busy. A few of the vendors haven't been able to come because of the weather, and a few of the display cars haven't come because of the weather. But that's fine. It's one of those things.
So, but the weather doesn't seem to put that many people off. Look, big queues. That's good. Other challenges for the event? Obviously, it takes quite a lot to put on from a logistical point of view.
The logistics of getting these 50 cars here was perhaps the most difficult. And it's easy for me to say that because we have a professional events organiser who's been doing everything behind the scenes other than the cars. It's been my responsibility has been procuring the cars. I have to say they're all members' cars, so they're not Porsche's cars, and I'm so grateful for them agreeing for them to be here, because many of them are on sawn, many of them have been put away for the winter. Getting them here on time yesterday was a challenge, particularly when, again, I keep going back to the weather, but it was darn cold yesterday. Our transport company, who've been working with, have been excellent, but I can't thank the members enough.
There are some people here that turned up at the last minute today, got their car washed very, very quickly and in position. But yeah, look, and look, that's what this organisation's all about, the members, right? Exactly. Although this event's not just open to members, is it? So obviously you can be anybody and everybody.
Absolutely, it's everybody in our community, or even someone who's not part of the Porsche community, anyone can pay. There's a discount for being a member, but it's not huge. It's £18. To get here if you're a member, 25 if you're not. And that's pretty good.
And dare you think about next year? Are you going to do it again next year?
I would certainly hope to do it again next year, yeah. So we've been bitten. It's obviously very popular. It's good. Unless we get bad feedback, and I doubt it.
I can't see how that's going to happen.
People I've seen here today have all been very positive. I think we'll do it again next year.
And really good to see, actually. I don't know if Tom will go over to it later on, but you've got a display at the front on the entrance which outlines all of the track days and all the events that Porsche Club are doing in the next year, so over the next 12 months or so, which I have to say is really extensive. There's some really exciting stuff on there.
Yeah, we've chosen today to launch our 24 calendar, both for national events and motorsport event and regionals, yeah. Well, not all the regionals, because the regions haven't got their act together all the time, including my region, which is Cotswolds. But the national events are out today. We'll add to them, but they're the ones that are baked. And the track days. And track days always go. Can
I just say, I noticed something very interesting about Castle Hedingham. Looks like it's 2 days this year, or this coming year. Can you tell us about that, or is it too early?
No, it's not too early, because I've contracted with them for 2 days. So we haven't decided exactly what's going to happen on day one. What we have decided is that we're going to broaden it the appeal from the strict 73 and earlier of previous years.
So more inclusivity.
More inclusivity, absolutely, yes. And I think this
But
year,
over 2 days, yeah?
over 2 days, yeah. It may be that there's slightly different content on day 1 to day 2. In fact, inevitably, there'll be different content on day 1 to day 2. There'll be probably something in the evening, probably something in the afternoon, and the main event, if I'll call it that, on the
So
Sunday.
hence on the sign there, it's called the new Castle Hedingham event. So it's brand new.
Brand new, yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, brand new, but the same people who put it on for the last 70 years, Fred.
But a new and improved version of what we would know as the Castle Hedingham event. Brilliant. So you heard it here first on Porschenomics. So Castle Hedingham, 2 days, lots of new stuff happening. Well, look, Nick, thank you very much indeed. This has been great. Congratulations on a fantastic event, and to your team, of course. I see they've been running around here since about 8 o'clock this morning, and indeed yesterday, and so
I'm
on.
just a figurehead, as always.
You were just a figurehead, yeah, but someone's got to hold the whole thing together. So look, Nick Taylor, thank you very much indeed. This is brilliant. Congratulations.
All the best, thank you. Bye.
Look who I've bumped into. It's the Grinch. Can you tell me, Grinch, why are you so grumpy about Christmas? Why don't you like Christmas at all? What's that? Ah, right. A terrible childhood, apparently. When he was a child, got no presents at all, and got bullied as a kid. And now, as a consequence, he hates Christmas and wishes Christmas bad wishes on everybody. Hasn't today's festivities, Grinch, haven't the festivities changed your mind about Christmas? No, clearly not. Still grumpy, despite being here, and probably because he's really, really hot in that suit. Merry Christmas, Mr. Grinch. Okay, so that's it from the Porsche Club Great Britain Christmas event. It's been a blast, genuinely so. We've seen some amazing people, some brilliant, brilliant cars. It's been extremely busy, and yeah, we're all done. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Until next time, Porschenomics out.